Okay. So, tell me about whatever I'm saying you won't hear.
Yeah.
Tell me about living out here far away from campus. How do you get to campus?
Okay. So living out here, the best way to get to campus for me would be taking the bus. ECU has a bus that runs every 20-30 minutes that comes pick us up and drop us off at campus. If not the bus, then just get one of my roommates to give me a ride to campus or something like that.
And then tell me about the amenities living.
Like living at the Davis?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Living at the Davis is great so far. The pool, the amenities are really nice. There's pool, there's a gym. The staff is really friendly. Anytime something breaks in the apartment, maintenance is always out pretty quick to fix it. Yeah, so far so great.
And then, do you think there would be a difference between living at these new places a minute away or a minute walk away or right here?
All right. Obviously, location, being close to campus is very convenient, but being a little further from campus, you get more for your money. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. You need me to say a little more? Or?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe like they have a pool, we have a pool, so there's no difference.
Yeah.
There.
All right.
And then like cost,
Yeah.
could even cost more
Mm-hmm.
than living out here.
Gotcha. Living this far out from campus is nice. It's definitely not as expensive as living closer to campus. You tend to see the apartment complexes located closer to campus are more expensive than what we're paying here. Yeah.
First thing I need you to do is state your full name and spell it to the camera.
Yeah, Dylan Wilbur, Dillonwilbur, like the pig.
With a, sorry.
Wilbur like the pig, yeah.
So, living here at the Davis, comparing to these new places being built, is there any difference between living here and there?
I think there's a difference living anywhere, honestly. But with these new high-rises and these new buildings that are being built, they're not really garden-style communities like you used to see. Like, for example, the Davis, or what used to be U Manor, or if you go to North Campus Crossing, or if you go to 33 East, those are garden-style houses because you see that there's grass in between the buildings. But when you go to these high-rise buildings and these new buildings, you'll notice that there's not really a sense of community. You're just kind of, you feel like tenants. You feel like you're stacked one on top of each other. There's internal trash chutes. You don't really leave to go outside to put your trash away. You put it inside the building. I feel like there is a difference. It's sort of minimal though. It's kind of a preference thing, if anything. Everyone prefers something different.
And then living out here, I personally know how a student.
Yeah.
State how a student would commute from here to campus.
Yeah, well, thankfully here at ECU we do have the transit shuttle. So we have the shuttle system, which mind you is very, very expensive, but is very useful. And if it wasn't for that, I would say that there'd be a huge downfall being this far away from campus. I mean, like, the new buildings that are being built are all downtown. They're all right next to campus. You could probably throw a rock to the campus from most of these buildings that are being built. So that's a huge downfall for us little guys out here. But we do have the transit shuttle system, so it's not a big deal. They come every 20 minutes, and we even have downtown shuttles, so it's good. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest with you. It really isn't.
And then last question.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing this year? Is there any difference?
Doing better than last year, which is surprising because, almost 800 new units came online this year throughout Greenville alone, and another 2,000 coming next year. Next year is going to be, come back and ask me the same question next year. We'll see how we're doing. But I can tell you right now, especially at the Bauer, and even here, we're doing significantly better than last year, which is great. But you'll notice that the market as a whole is giving away a lot more concessions, a lot more rental concessions, a lot more tangible concessions, iPads, Apple Watches. They're doing that because of how saturated the market is. But we're doing good. We're happy with it. We really are.
Awesome.
Yeah? Good?
Yeah. Last question.
Uh-huh.
What's your position here?
Well, I actually don't have a position here anymore. I used to be the area bookkeeper here, and I used to look over not just the Bower, but I'd also look at the Davis here. I was the guy that processed payments, did violations, fines, fees, things of that nature. Now I'm the general manager at the Bower. James here, he's the area manager. He's technically my supervisor. I look over the Bower along with the maintenance supervisor there, and it's been good. It's been real. It's been fun.
Awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you.
In Greenville, North Carolina, you have built in Greenville, North Carolina, you have forests like these, or you have buildings like these. Yet, in Greenville, North Carolina, you have forests like these, or you have buildings like these. Yet, these forests and these buildings are being knocked down for student housing. In Greenville, North Carolina, you have forests like these. You also have buildings like these. Yet, these buildings are being knocked down. In Greenville, North Carolina, you have forests like these. You have buildings like these. Yet, these forests and buildings are being knocked down for one reason only: off-campus housing. Now, living off campus is great, but it comes to a great expense. Living off campus is great, but living off campus is great, but will these apartments Living off campus is great, but will these now living off campus is great. Will these apartments suffer? Will these apartments that are miles away suffer? Will these apartments miles away suffer? Will these apartments that are far away? Will these apartments that are miles away suffer, or will they adapt to the new climate? To the new. Will these apartments that are miles away suffer, or will they adapt to the growing population of students at ECU? For Pirate Video, for Pirate. Will these apartments that are miles away suffer, or will they adapt to the population growing at ECU? Will these apartments that are miles away suffer, or will they adapt to the population of students growing at ECU? For Pirate News, I'm Connor Ferns. Test. Test. At East Carolina University, what if I told you off-campus student? At East Carolina University, what if I told you? At East Carolina University, what if I told you as off-campus students, you don't have to wait for the bus or walk 15 plus minutes to class, and that more apartments will be added right in front of campus? But here's the catch. How will these apartments that are 1 or more miles away compete with apartments that are just a short walk? But here's the catch. How will these apartments that are 1 or more miles away compete with apartments that are just a short walk away? When living close to campus, you can walk or ride a bike. Then what will these apartments further away? When living close to campus, you can walk or ride a bike. Then what will the apartments further away have a step above the newer ones?